Greetings, everyone, and peace and gratitude to everybody who is joining me today. Today we are going to be talking about breath and the foundations of breath. We're going to be talking about how to be breathing throughout your practice, and we're going to take a little bit of time to practice it. So breath is, the very first thing that we do whenever we come into the world. And it is also a very interesting thing that the body does because we can control it, but we can also just kind of allow breath to happen for us. Like the body will just breathe on its own, right? So when we are practicing yoga, the thing that we are learning to do is to be more conscious, to use the breath for us, for movement, to create deeper connection. And the breath is such an interesting space to connect the mind and the body, since the body controls the breath, but also the mind can control the breath. So coming into that space of awareness of why the breath is so important in the practice, it's because that is literally deepening the connection, the mind-body connection here. So let's go ahead and take 3 deep breaths before we continue on, okay? And as we are participating in this, noticing that we are going to be sitting in stillness and using the breath to take us deeper into stillness, into what we are doing. It's going to bring us into our present body, our present moment, okay? So let's go ahead and get into a comfortable position here. We're going to take a full exhale first. We're going to inhale through the nostrils. Exhaling through the nostrils. Inhaling here. Exhaling. And last time. Wow. So there was a piece of me that just wanted to dive right back in and lose all of the momentum of what I had already kind of slowed down, right? And I do feel much more deeply connected with my body by taking those breaths. So, how do we breathe in yoga? Let's start here. In yoga, we are breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. This is the most efficient way to breathe in general because the nose has all of the hairs to help filter any dirty air that we may be breathing in. It also is going to heat up the air as it enters through our body, not making it so shocking on the lungs, okay? So when we choose to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, we are maintaining awareness of that we know the organism that we are living inside of, and we are honoring its functionality. That doesn't mean that I don't breathe in through my mouth occasionally. I mean, if we shouldn't be breathing through our mouth, we probably wouldn't be able to, right? However, it is a possibility, so especially whenever the nose begins to get clogged and things like that, starts to get inflamed, our sinuses, things like that, of course, we can begin breathing through the mouth. So, when we are practicing yoga, I always suggest taking that exhale first, because even though when we come out of the womb, the first action we take is to inhale, if it wasn't for the pressure of coming out into the womb, squeezing us, exhaling is probably what we would do. We are exhaling out, getting everything out of us. So that way we can actually fill our lungs with fresh air. Now we want our breath to be flowing in and out in one continuous motion. So I like to use the visualization of waves. Okay, so imagine how a wave will roll into the shore, and it doesn't stop and pause before rolling back out again. Okay, the wave rolls into the shore and out of the shore, right? And then the next wave will roll into the shore and gently round out and roll back out of the shore. So it is actually one movement. The movement is one. There is no pause or break. However, it is opposite. The movement is in a different direction. Pardon me. So these are some of the things to keep in mind as we are using the breath in our practice. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. And only working with our capacity, okay? We're not like trying to shove a little bit more in there, and then I can let it go. And then I'm going to get lost in my thought and forget that, oh, that's right, I need to inhale again. Okay, the really just not trying to overstuff, meeting our body as it is, meeting our lungs where they are, knowing that that will change, knowing that if we have had an anxious day, our breath may be slightly shorter, as if we had like a very relaxing day, our breath is probably going to be longer. Now, understanding how to flow in and out with the breath in the yoga practice, right? We want our breaths to be relatively even. However, if you are looking to use the breath to create some sort of feeling in the body, whether it be of relaxation or of like an energizing breath, there are different things that we can do and different topics that we can touch on in other videos. That specific branch of yoga is called pranayama, and it's breath control. But while we are practicing the asana or the movement or the pose version of the yoga field of study, we are just trying to be as present with the breath as we can, so allowing it to flow in and out in one movement. A lot of yoga teachers will talk about using ujjayi breath. So ujjayi breath is going to be inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose, but you almost are creating a little bit of space in the areas that I'm sharing with you right now, like trying to show you here. So you can hear how that breath is a lot louder compared to my the breath is much more quiet. So the first breath that I took was ujjayi breath, and it is like creating space in the throat so that the voice, the breath sounds a lot louder. It really, for me, brings my attention in, and that's why I typically will use the ujjayi breath in my practice. You will find me as a teacher like trying to take those louder breaths. It's because it makes me focus on it. Adding that sound just like takes me to a deeper place within my body, right? Because I'm opening up in the middle toward the center of myself. Yeah, so I hope that this was informative. There was a lot of information there, but just kind of hitting the three major points again, which is 1, breathing in and out through the nose. Okay. 2, allowing the breath to flow evenly in and out of the body and within your own capacity. And 3, feeling free to use your ujjayi breath in your practice. That is really going to help you deepen your breath awareness as you are also trying to remember that you are focusing on moving the body as well. Okay. Sometimes whenever we start focusing on lifting up the arms, we will forget the breath. And the breath is really where we need to be to pull all of that depth of understanding closer to the center, and kind of pulling that center also back out to where we can really meet our body. It's going to really deepen that mind-body connection, right, that we were talking about at the beginning. So thank you so much for joining me. Peace and gratitude to all of you. And I cannot wait to see you at practice. Bye.